Hey everyone, happy post 4th of July to you all. I'm your host, Matt Tillman. Welcome to another episode of the Script Notes podcast. Hopefully, everyone had a safe holiday and was able to enjoy themselves in whatever shape or form that might take. To kind of get things rolling, though, I wanted to share that on July 3rd had kind of an interesting incident that occurred at our local grocery store. As I was checking out, the person in front of me was a former Marine. And so, to kind of give some backstory to this, I'm not sure if you guys are, when you go to shop, a lot of times, especially if it's the self checkout line, it'll ask you if you want to donate to a local cause. And this particular store was asking everyone to support your local military members. And it was interesting because this former Marine found it ironic that it's only around this time that places such as a store or other stores want you to support the troops. He referenced it only seems like as a Marine member that it only comes around on Memorial Day or Veterans Day, and honestly that kind of caught me off guard a little bit, so I just provided a listening ear and listened to him and heard him out. And he continued on that he felt like unless the government can make a profit off of it, that, they don't expect any publicity. So, and then proceed to wonder why there's so many veterans that are homeless or still looking for a job. And then he just kind of walked away, and, it was kind of a good perspective for myself and, perhaps others out there, is when this time of year comes around, that there are still a lot of people out there hurting, especially those that have served for the U.S. And, and we can always continue to thank them for their service for sure. But it really hit me too that one of the biggest things that's always said about that our service men and women fight for us is a lot of our rights, and one of the biggest one of them all is our right to vote. So, it got me thinking that probably one of the best ways that, we can honor our servicemen and women this November is just vote. Regardless of what side of the political aisle you stand on, there is absolutely no reason that this country should have the abysmal voting turnouts that it usually does. So, again, regardless of what side you might lean one way or the other, just vote. We owe it to those who have served, and clearly there's still lots of work to be done no matter which administration's in the White House or who controls Congress. Just make your voice heard, again, in whatever shape or form that may take. But definitely make sure you vote in your primary if you still have a primary to vote in. But definitely come November, just make sure you vote, make your voice heard, and honor them in that way. So that being said, it has been a little bit since we had a previous episode. So thus far, I just want to thank everyone who has downloaded the show. We're continuing to expand our reach. You can find us on like Spotify, Google Podcasts, you name it. We're pretty much anywhere. You should be able to download your favorite app. Be sure to, even share the show with anyone who you think might be interested. Just make sure you search for Script-Notes or Script-Notes, whatever way you want to call it, with anyone you think might be interested. And certainly if you're ever interested in possibly being a co-host, we'd love to have you. If you're listening in via the Anchor app, it makes it really easy. So during the course of this show, just leave us a voice message. I'm open to talking with you about whatever's on your mind, be it personal finance, tech news, like Apple-related stuff, what's going on in the world today. We're all ears. So, or even better, if there's any personal finance advice you might have that you might like to share with listeners, just let us know. It can only make the show that much better. Or any deal tips, and so on. But with that, yeah, so now we're available on Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Breaker, and Radio Public. We're also working on getting onto Apple Podcasts and Overcast, but there's apparently a bit of a backlog at the moment with those. So if those are your normal podcast listening apps, just hang tight. And according to Anchor, they're starting to make the rounds on making sure shows get distributed via that. So keep an ear out and eye out on those platforms. So with that, in the meantime, here's what's been going on Script Notes since our last show. Believe it or not, another year has passed since the last Amazon Prime Day. And come to find out, some of the biggest savings will actually be from Amazon's own subscription services. The services will be upward of 90% off their original price tabs and range from Amazon Prime Music memberships to Twitch Prime. Other services deals will include 66% off 3-month Audible membership plans, a Kindle Unlimited membership for just 99 cents for 3 months. Twitch Prime will offer free daily video game content, 99 cents for a 4-month Amazon Music membership. And then also Prime Video members will be able to get steep discounts on popular digital movie orders. So make sure you keep an eye out on for Prime Day. I think that's July 16th, I want to say. So coming right up. So plenty of deals to be had. Some of the other headlines and news and notes and stories that have been on the website. Today we posted how summer can be a great time to get caught up on some reading. With this kind of being geared toward being a personal finance site, one of the biggest ways self-made millionaires came to be that way is actually, believe it or not, just through purely reading. So thanks to a little hat tip out to acorns.com for a great list of books that they had from some self-made millionaires, and we went ahead and listed those as well. So make sure you check up on those. Also, we had a post today called Weather Wednesday. This is certainly the first I've heard of this in a while. Believe it or not, dust from the Sahara Desert is crossing the Atlantic Ocean at this moment on its way to the United States. So check out the post on the site there. It's got some great satellite imagery and radar images that show the actual plume making its way. So if you've got allergy issues or breathing issues, it may potentially be something you'll want to keep an eye out for. Also, one of the biggest things with summer is it's a big, of course, traveling time. So we listed 5 ways that you can outsmart scammers when traveling. You always be aware of your surroundings for sure. And then, of course, we all know summer is a huge time where our energy bills rise. So we gave you 5 tips to hopefully reduce your bill a little bit there. And then also in some Apple and tech news, there's a classic iPhone X case on Amazon that's still for sale. For iPhone fans that might be feeling a little nostalgic still, you'll probably appreciate this case, so make sure you check that out. And then also, Apple is apparently planning on bundling a lot of its services into potential single subscription, which would certainly be handy, so that way we're not getting all billed for different services at different times. They're rumored to be coming out with their own content programming, kind of think like Netflix along those lines. So they may be looking to bundle that with their Apple Music and other subscriptions. And then I'm sure we've heard in different economic news about the ongoing tariff and news and trade, and it come to find out Harley-Davidson stock was hit pretty hard by that, so you may want to check that out as well. So that's it for now. Just a quick episode to kind of catch everyone up on what's been going on the site. So again, make sure you check us out at script-notes.com. We've got plenty of great content on there. Be sure to share it. Check us out on Facebook at our Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. It's at MTILMANN. on Twitter, and as well as if you want to share us to your Pinterest, if you think there's some great tips we've got for those who might be interested, definitely feel free to check that out. And until next time, again, just appreciate everyone that's downloaded the show so far. It seems like it's continuing to expand each day, and we're just loving getting our message out there. And again, if you have any questions, especially if you're listening in via the Anchor app, just use the voice message feature on there. That's a great way to chime in. We're certainly all ears, and definitely want the show to continue to get better as time goes on and recapping the site, and certainly open to any co-hosts that may want to join in as well. Like I said, can certainly only help the show get that much better. So again, signing off for now, this is Matt Tillman with script-notes.com, where we spend time and money to save you time and money. See ya.